And so it's just kind of like, what is Blackout going to look like, September of next year?
Yeah.
Is it just infinite weapons and like, who knows?
Oh, like Blackout in space?
Like, just keys to the city. You can do it. You can fly.
If Activision was smart, and they are, I would imagine that they would take whatever the framework of Blackout is from Black Ops 4, use that as a launching point for the next season of Blackout.
Yeah, and make a new map.
But
I think
so $60 to get that.
Because I think one new map a year is pretty reasonable.
So-
Fortnite is still on the same map.
considering
It's not a
the cadence
problem
set by PUBG.
of whether or not like Treyarch can keep this going. It's a matter of whether or not the player base will be there.
Right.
Yeah.
And I think
Splinters,
to
so.
Miranda's point, I wonder, I'm sitting here trying to think of like possible solutions to the excellent point you bring up, Miranda. And I wonder if after a year, when next year's Infinity Ward game is due to hit, if Blackout is spun off as a free thing, as its own separate free thing, so that it can live on.
Yeah, that's kind of
Like, is that?
too.
I wonder if that's I mean, that would require some different thinking at Activision than what they've done before. But if they want to sort of be serious about the battle royale space and potentially as an esport, that could be. That's one option that comes to mind from me, an amateur idiot sitting behind a desk.
I don't see that. I don't see that happening. I think if they spin it out as a standalone sort of its own product, then they're losing that buy-in to play the next battle royale version of Blackout for that $60 that you spend the following year, right? So similar to the way MLG does it or whatever, the next Call of Duty comes out, the esports picks up that multiplayer suite, and they run with it. So you have Blackout, and then Infinity Ward's game comes out, call it Infinite Blackout or whatever. As soon as the streamers pick it up, they're like, oh, this is the new hotness. You got to jump on it. It's worth $60. Suddenly that is another reason to drop $60 on top of zombies and multiplayer.
It's just gonna be weird.
Maybe a campaign.
That one is just definitely gonna have less of a splash than Blackout is. This is the first time we're seeing like this polished Call of Duty, first-person shooter battle royale. If we see it again next year, I don't think it's gonna blow anyone's socks off.
And let's.
Well,
You never
we'll see. You could
It
say the
could.
same.
Yeah.
You could say the same about Modern Warfare 2, right? Like after COD 4 came out, that sort of redefined what the console first-person shooter was.
To your point, though, I mean, Treyarch is regarded as a very, very strong team, whereas, let's be honest, Infinity Ward's last couple of efforts have been not as strong relative to the other two teams.
It's
that work on
Still remember
Call of
when it
Duty.
used to be the opposite.
I'm
That's
looking
till
at the
Vince
culture.
packed up and took the crew to respawn.
Exactly. I look at the culture and I'm seeing people in the comments and they're just like, I'm just so excited to be playing a Treyarch Call of Duty again. And I remember I covered Infinite Warfare 2 years ago, and that game, I mean, not from sales numbers, but from IGN numbers, more or less bombed because it was just like Infinity Ward, not too many good things to say about them, which is crazy because they just hired all these new great people, Taylor Kurosaki, and it was a narrative lead on Uncharted, and I thought Infinite Warfare was really good, but I think it outlived its jetpacky, that kind of.
It was just fatigue at that point.
Yeah, that
like advanced
what people
warfare,
wanted was over, and I actually had to look up because I didn't play any of the Black Ops 4 multiplayer beta, and I was like, so are we jetpacking still? And apparently we're not.
We are not.
No
that
jetpacks.
is
Not-
over.
We're what a hero shootering, I guess. Like
Not really. Like kind of yes. Like yes, you pick a
your
character to
operators.
play as.
Yeah.
A specialist, but you don't. It's like weird because you can change their kits and stuff, so you're not bound to what they are.
Right.
But
they
there
always
are
have that, like,
incentives to
ultimate-
do that.
yeah.
Yeah, especially lower levels.
The last 2 points I want to